You can always move the lens, Emily.
I don't even know why we're friends with you, Emily. Hey guys, before we get this week's episode started, I wanted to first say sorry for how long it's taken us to get these out, on top of renovating the house and everything else I've been doing. I also have a job. I shoot porn for a living, and that's kind of kept me busy. So between the house renovations, shooting, I haven't had a chance to really film episodes, but we're back on it now, so hopefully we'll be able to get back to our weekly or at least every other week upload. But anyways, this week's episode, kind of fun. My friend Anastasia is in town from California. She has done Disneyland a bunch, like everybody from California, but she's never really gone to Disney World. She actually didn't know that Disney World was 4 parks. So, you know, that was something, for anybody else who doesn't know that. And so we decided to hit the Magic Kingdom, and you have to take a boat to get there. And my sister's here too. I have no memory of that, being able to get off on the second level. You always had to go down and walk off. But I'm also wondering if this is like maybe kind of a split the difference, like it is refurbished and new, because obviously these gates look like they've been here for a while.
I was trying to think. Our parents used to take us here all the time. They had a
Probably
timeshare.
late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
The last couple trips I wasn't with you guys.
Yeah, it was like 12 or 13 probably, yeah. So lots changed. A lot of Disney princesses have come out since then.
You guys grew up in the same house. What was it like growing up with Kyle?
It was a lot of fun growing up with Kyle. That was a lie.
What was it like growing up with Alyssa? You know, she's family, so you gotta love them no matter what. You know, I love my sister, but me and her couldn't agree on the color of an orange.
Kyle and I have always had a tumultuous relationship. Kyle and I have never really seen eye to eye. But Kyle and I now learn to respect one another.
So we fought a lot. Still do.
Welcome to the Magic Kingdom, everyone.
Huzzah. It's really actually isn't exciting. I have the Harry Potter one to direct people around. I'm sure there's a sword or something around here.
You trying to get that free shirt?
Woo! Hey.
This path, this tunnel leads us to Frontierland. Right on the other side of this tunnel is a churro stand. I believe the churro stand is over there. If this was, instead of just being like decorative, if it was an actual water cannon, I would totally pay a couple dollars to shoot the girls as they're coming down. Wayne thought that was funny.
You don't.
I think it's hilarious, but I see it as my duty to try and shoot my sister with a water cannon. Just line it up right here. Especially if they didn't know, too. Just back off cool with it, and just as they come in. You know, and you got to make sure when you pay, like they give you a couple shots in case you miss. Not sure about the power. And you got enough. And you got enough with the camera phones. You got enough because they got to go all the way down there to get out, so I can run. By the time they recover from the initial shot, and they're not going to.
Try again.
And they will not find out about this plan until this episode premieres. And the wait begins.
Look at all the room they have for activities. Oh, for extra activities.
We'll be Captain Jack Sparrow on the treasure yacht. Down, you lily-livered lover. Strike your feathers, dearie. Show 'em your flock.
Hey, send them hens to Davy Jones. It's the rum they want.
still singing. Do help yourself to a drink. Small one. Drink up, we have a shout out.
Ooh, churros.
Churros.
Churros. Gotta make a pit stop.
Is this the place you were talking about?
Yeah.
We should have come on Monday and not come on Friday, or showed up at 1 p.m. That's what we should have done. And
Describe your relationship with Kyle now.
we're actually really close now. He is the epitome of an older brother. He makes fun of all my failed relationships. There are a lot of them. He's the person like you call when your car breaks down and mom and dad won't answer. He's a great human.
Describe your relationship with Alyssa now.
I love my sister.
I don't really feel like waiting an hour and 40 minutes for
Sure. Walk anywhere else.
Haunted Mansion's 50 minutes. Yeah.
Disturbing. Scary. It's so dark. What can we do in here?
Oh, that didn't.
So, like all fun family Disney trips, they end in sadness and misery.
But no, it's so much fun just to see it as an adult and experience that like same magic. Like I cried when we left the park. Like the fireworks were going, like and you just see all the families gathered around. Yeah, it was super cool.
And we went home. The other thing too I gotta say is obviously you guys see Anastasia in the video. She was here working with me. And when girls are here, especially when we're filming this, the person in charge of interviews is Wayne. And for some reason, Wayne decided he's not gonna do his job. And so we have no interview with Anastasia, but Wayne is gonna fill in.
Seriously, dude?
I'm just joking, I'm not that cruel. But also, guys, so the episode's about done, but you guys have been asking me a million questions about how the business works. You want to know more of that, so I'll show you what I can on here, and I'll also answer questions on here. So we've got a new segment where we're going to be answering questions, something we like to call Talking Balls. Hey guys, on top of shooting the regular Life of Balls stuff, we also wanted to start doing a Q&A for you guys. As often as you guys either post a comment on YouTube or if you guys are DMing me on Instagram or OnlyFans or any of the platforms I'm on, we do read those and we try and answer your questions. One I've gotten, there was actually a comment on a video, so that was exciting. But it was also, I got a bunch in the DMs, people wanting to know why I went from Las Vegas to Orlando. Obviously, if you're watching this, you probably know I make porn for a living. There's really three places you kind of want to be in the U.S. if you're in that industry, and it seems like it's Miami, Las Vegas, or Los Angeles. All of them have their pros and cons. I personally think Las Vegas is the best because a huge chunk of the industry has moved to Las Vegas, but on top of that, being in Las Vegas, you also pretty much get all the talent available in Los Angeles too, because I can just hop on a quick flight or drive out. I think I talked about it in a previous video, but I did not enjoy the weather in Las Vegas. And everybody always asks because of the heat. It wasn't the heat. I mean, it was hot, you know, a couple months out of the year. It was the cold and the wind. You know, anybody who's lived in Las Vegas will probably tell you this, but if you haven't, you don't realize it. The wind storms are epic. You know, I feel like they should take the Windy City nickname away from Chicago and give it to Vegas. Being up in the mountains on that plateau, especially depending on which side of Vegas you're on, that wind just whips down. And I'm like, if you're new to town in Las Vegas and you set up your backyard, if you haven't been through a windstorm yet, like the first time it happens, your backyard is just decimated. Like, you know, you got canopies that weigh a couple hundred pounds that are weighed down, that you'll come out will be flipped over. Everything, it just, like, it destroys backyards. And I don't enjoy the cold. I didn't like it. So I knew I wasn't going to stay there. I had spent 10 years in San Diego, and I love Southern California. But obviously, with everything that's going on in the country right now, and people are talking about this, it's one of the big things to talk about. I did not enjoy, you know, paying to live in Southern California. What I pay in taxes, I mean, it's insane. So, you know, Los Angeles was out. I wasn't going to go to California. I didn't want to stay in Vegas because of the weather. So next up was Miami. On top of running the business, between the OnlyFans management, the porn business, doing this, I'm also trying to get into real estate and a couple other businesses. And I wasn't really a big fan of starting a real estate portfolio in Miami right now with climate change, with hurricanes being harsher, with everything else going on. I didn't think it was a smart financial move to start investing there. There's probably plenty of people who are going to disagree with me on that. That was just mine, because my philosophy on real estate is buy and hold for 30 or 40 years. I don't know what it's going to be like there. I kind of feel like Central Florida's got a little bit better chance, especially when you look at sea level rise charts, and like, I don't know, I just thought it was a better option, so I stayed away from that. But Florida itself is still a great place to be for this business. So the next option is kind of like Tampa. You're kind of getting into the same issue of sea level rise and everything in Tampa. You know, hurricanes roll through the Gulf all the time and smack it. So I really wasn't looking forward to trying Tampa. Yeah, so next up was kind of like, what's the other big city? And it's Orlando. I enjoy the theme parks. There's tons of fun things to do in Orlando. And we've got a major airport that people can fly in and out of. So, you know, when you're starting out in the business, you definitely want to be in one of those big porn cities. But I've reached the level of success where I can pretty much just fly talent in whenever I want. So, you know, it just was, at that point, it was just kind of pick where I wanted to live. I wanted it warm. I wanted it sunny most of the time. I didn't mind the humidity. And I really didn't want my house getting wiped out by a hurricane on the regular. So I picked Central Florida. Like you'll see on this channel, we'll start doing a little bit more real estate stuff. We're going to start doing an Airbnb business and a couple other things that you'll see a lot more of. Sorry guys, the dog's got a hold of a squeaky toy over there and we're going after it. So anyways, yeah, I mean, I pretty much wanted to live in Florida. I wanted the warm weather. I did not want my house to get wiped out by a hurricane on the regular. I enjoyed a lot of like the touristy stuff you can do in Orlando. I knew it would be fun for Life of Balls. And also, I'm like an hour and a half away from the beach if I want to go. I do want to buy a beach condo in the next couple of years and enjoy that. I want to get a boat, so I'm close enough where I can still enjoy it, but far enough away where my house won't get wiped out by a storm surge. So I picked Orlando. I actually don't live inside, like, the city of Orlando. I live in the suburbs. And man, that was pretty sweet.
It's great to see you.
Hey guys, also before you go, hopefully you're still watching this, everybody who always wants to see the behind the scenes stuff of not necessarily the business I'm in, but the stuff that goes on when we shoot these episodes. Obviously we have to censor everything because of YouTube, don't want to get in trouble, but we're around a bunch of rowdy and crazy porn stars, so awesome stuff happens that we catch on video that we can't show here. So secretlifeofballs.com, secretlifeofballs.com. Please go check that out. That has all the behind the scenes stuff that we can't put on here. It's going to be there. Go check it out. It's our OnlyFans for just this, secretlifeofballs.com.
Welcome to the celebration, everybody.